Recent Star Trek has just been so obsessed with whatever current year American politics they want to virtue signal that they are losing sight of trying to produce a good show, much like the rest of Hollywood culture. And that's why we're actually trying to make a difference. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author, an award-winning comic creator. I do science fiction myself, and eventually I'm going to make my own series that's about exploring strange new worlds. We've got that on the back burner right now because there's a lot of stuff coming out in the near future, including my Overmind, which we've got the issues up on my Subscribestar as they're coming out. So my Subscribestar is a spot where you can support, have a monthly contribution, and it helps me to pay for art, pay for editing, things like that, to keep all this going and to actually have that alternative so that we can fight against these Hollywood weirdos. That link's in the description below, along with a lot of my other links if you want to support the channel. I appreciate everybody who does so. You are the best community out there, 100%. And you're not a danger like Star Trek would like you to believe. All right, so this just came out. This is Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And in this episode, it's the first episode of the show, brand new one that just came out, and they vowed a return to old Star Trek. They vowed that it would be much more like the original series or the Next Generation, which everybody knows and loves as fans. And unfortunately, they decided to insert their woke politics immediately as this goes on. Now, there's a spot right here where Captain Pike is lecturing aliens about how they need to resolve their differences, about how they need to do something. And as you can see right here, he talks about the worst events in human history, about nuclear holocausts and things like that, and how terrible things are. And in that, they show literal stock footage of January the 6th, right after the election, where people were protesting the vote in America, where we still don't know a lot of the facts about what happened in that election, but that's another story. It doesn't matter. This is an event that was a protest that the only person who was hurt and killed was a lady who was a part of this protest movement who was shot in cold blood by cops. And nobody there did anything other than protest. The FBI let them into buildings and all that. And the left acts like this is such a violent insurrection that it's like, you know, something crazy happening with people just like murdering in the streets and things like that. That's not what happened. And showing the stock footage of this is an insult to half of the country. And that's exactly what they intend to do with footage like this. Here it is. They're showing this this footage, and then it goes on, oh, these evil MAGA people. Oh, by the way, nuclear holocaust. Wait, you know, those two things are not the same thing. A protest is not nuclear war. A protest is not genocide. These people are so insane in the way that they equate these events, and they do it intentionally. They throw it in the background there. They don't mention MAGA. They just say that they call it the Second American Civil War, and which hasn't happened yet. But you know, we're getting closer, and the reason we're getting closer is not because of people protesting and wanting to see actual fair results out of elections. The reason we get closer is that people like these Star Trek writers are so hateful and bigoted towards people who are conservatives, who are Christians, that they can't even exist in the same spaces as us without throwing a complete fit and then attempting to get us murdered half the time. I've seen it happen to me and a lot of other people out there just for making YouTube commentary about these shows. You'd really think that we were out there literally murdering people just because I say, look, you shouldn't have this crap in your show. It creates a bad show, and it's insulting to most of your demographic who would actually want to watch this. I can expect a lot more of this to come from Star Trek. They started this with Discovery, after all. In the first episode, they had the Klingons out there basically doing a Make Klingon Great Again with their, they had a phrase called Remain Klingon that they'd all shout just like that. And it was just like an eye-rolling moment where they were supposed to be shown as xenophobic and all that crap because they wanted to, again, just gotcha conservatives in their show. But this is what Hollywood does 100% of the time now. There's almost no reason to watch any of these shows, especially something like this. I just found this clip on Twitter. I'm not watching the show myself, not subscribing to this myself. And that's exactly what you need to do as a conservative American at this point. Just tune out. Since everything is a subscription model these days, just don't pay for CBS Plus or whatever they call it these days. I think that's $4.99. Just come on my Subscribestar. You'll get my content instead of this content, and it's by people who don't hate you. Very simple stuff, but we really have to start pushing even harder in this executives are starting to see that they're failing in their woke content. Disney stock is way down. Netflix stock is way down, and you'll see that this Paramount stuff will follow suit if it keeps going like this. We can make a difference. You can vote with your dollar. You can change the culture. It's up to you. All right, let me know what you think about this. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.